Hey, welcome back to Cooner DIY, guys. If you're new here on the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps out. And today we're going to be jumping back into the Scout outside here, and we're going to be replacing the fuel pump and the fuel filter. So stick around if you'd like to check it out. Alrighty, guys. So the first thing we're going to be doing down here is we're going to be replacing our fuel pump. Fuel pump is located way down under here. I don't know if you guys can see right down in there where it is under kind of the coolant tube right here. So towards the bottom of the motor, I figured just get that out of the way. And then from there we can kind of start working our way up and back right here with, you know, fuel filter and all that fun stuff right here. So we're going to go on ahead and start getting some of the stuff out of the way, and we will get working on that. All right, so first things first is I'm just going to kind of get down here and wipe off some of these lines down at the bottom right here where this fuel pump is. And then next thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and get our fuel lines disconnected from the bottom of it right here. The fuel lines, one of them is a hard line, the other one is a soft line. So for the soft line one, I'm just going to go on ahead and crimp it down with a pair of clamps to kind of keep it closed right there. It doesn't have too much fuel in it, but it does have a tiny bit, so we'll do that to prevent it from leaking out here. All right, guys, so the hard line down here, it is a 1/2 inch. And then, again, this down here, there's a soft rubber line on the other side. We'll just need to grab the clamp with some pliers and slide it back so we can get it off of there. All right, now since this right here, since I do have some new fuel line, I'm just gonna cut this one right here. But I do have it clamped right here, so hopefully it should not leak right here when I go to cut this. All right, there we go, guys. Got it cut off right there, and the line is clamped. It looks like it's holding pretty good. So that should be good. Now we can go on ahead and we can get these bolts right on both sides of the fuel pump. Now I believe there's probably going to be a 1/2 inch or a 9/16. So we will try. Looks like it's going to be a 1/2 inch, I believe. There we go. So now we're cleaning this up right here, getting all the old gasket off. That way we can go on ahead and get the new one on here. All right, you guys, so now that we have the mating surface all cleaned up right here, we're gonna go on ahead and install our new fuel pump with gasket and some RTV. All right, here is our new pump as well as the gasket with it. We're gonna go on ahead and put some RTV on here, and then we'll get it installed. All right, guys, so for the gasket stuff that I'm going to be using on here, I'm going to be using this Permatex Ultra Black gasket maker. Usually I just get the tube that you squeeze out. I decided to try this one for a change, so we'll see how this works out. I'm going to put some around this area right here, and then on both sides of the gasket, and then we'll get it installed here. All right, guys, I got to say, this is a lot nicer than using those squeeze tubes, that's for sure. So I'm just going to kind of rub this gasket material in right here, just to kind of smooth it out, and then we'll go on ahead and put some on the gasket, and the gasket installed here too. All right, guys, now in order to go on ahead and install this, we're going to put this back in through the same hole that we just took it out of. From my understanding, we want to try and make sure that this goes underneath of the cam. I don't believe it has a push rod type setup. Some of them do, I've heard. This one, I think it's just kind of like my Mustang, where it just this sits underneath the cam, and the cam will activate it when it's pumping right here, so, or when it's rotating. So we'll go ahead, we'll get this down here and get it installed. All right, guys, we also picked up a new fuel filter, so we're gonna get this installed on this line, and then we'll get it back installed on the fuel pump. All right, now on the fuel filter, it does have an arrow that says 2 carbs, so we're gonna go ahead and install this down on this line right here that's coming up from the fuel pump. Now again, to tighten this down here on the fuel pump, it is a 1/2 inch. Okay, we got that installed down there. Now we can go on ahead and get this connected up top right here. All right, guys, now the last step is I'm gonna replace this section of line coming from the fuel tank up to the fuel pump right here. Now it's kind of weird. It's not a steel line. It looks like it's like a hard plastic line that they used right here on the factory one. And then here's the rubber line. So we're gonna go on ahead and keep this upright, disconnect it, cover it up with a towel, make sure it hopefully doesn't leak. And then we'll get the new one installed and connected here. All right, you guys, so we've gone ahead and we got the fuel pump, the fuel filter, and the soft fuel lines replaced right here. So I think that will be it for this one right here. All right, guys, so that is all there is to replacing the fuel pump and the fuel filter on the 1973 International Scout 2. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're not already subscribed, again, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It really helps out, and we will see you on the next one. Thank you.